our farmhouse construction is complete. With Katie not around at the moment, I was looking forward to showing her our finished farmhouse, so I'm going to keep myself busy and head into town, as I think there's a few tools and things that are going to help me service up these vehicles and make sure they're in good nick. Next stop is over to David's field to go and fetch those bales. I just can't get the message from Katie out of my mind. Something is really wrong. We have to do something. I wonder if it's worth us going over to Noah's old sawmill and taking a look. It's an insurance claim for the sawmill. Tornado damage, $1 million. And this looks to be a deed for the sawmill. Robert H. Well, that's not Noah's name. Ah, and look, here's Noah's wanted poster. But hang on a minute. Noah disappeared after the tornado. And if he had a wanted poster, why would that be here at the sawmill? Been racking my brains since coming back from Noah's sawmill, and I just can't understand what is going on. This situation is making my head hurt, and I think I've been putting this off, not because I didn't want to look, but I guess I've been worried about what I might find and what Katie might be involved in. Katie's gone, and the last thing she sent me didn't sound like a goodbye. It was a warning. The sheriff is no. She didn't finish the sentence. Why? Things have always been peculiar at Riverbend, ever since the day I arrived. The barn fire was the first time something didn't sit right. I was on firewatch duty. I remember how contained it was. How specific. It didn't spread. It didn't take down the whole farm. It burned exactly what it needed to burn. And afterwards, the insurance payout from the document we found at the sheriff's office. The investigation closed fast. No suspects. No follow-up. Just finished. Then not long after the fire, I was attacked whilst doing the second firewatch duty. Knocked out. Nothing stolen. Not killed. Just removed from the picture temporarily. At the time I thought it was random. Someone lashing out. But maybe it wasn't. That strike bought someone time. That wasn't an assault. It was a delay. Maybe it was a test. Then there was the tornado. It hit the sawmill, and seemingly, equipment destroyed, anything associated to Noah wiped out. And after that, Noah's disappearance. No body, no closure. And right after we started getting close to Katie, my house exploded. Whoever did it knew my routine. That wasn't an attempt to kill me. It was a message. Maybe someone was forced to deliver it. After our date night on the riverboat, she changed. Became distant. Scared. Maybe she changed, not out of anger, but out of fear. Maybe someone made her choose. And after the explosion, things moved very quickly. The sheriff issued a warrant for Noah, not after the investigation concluded, or not even after the reports were finalised. Before. The transcript was very telling. The decision looked like it was made already. That wasn't law enforcement following evidence. That was someone steering the outcome. Noah, suddenly a wanted man, and that should have made things safer, but it didn't. Katie didn't relax. She got quieter. We spent a nice evening together, but after that, she disappeared. Because maybe the man hunting Noah was the same man controlling the situation. Declaring Noah wanted didn't remove a threat. Maybe it hid one. Walter's fishing spot. This place was supposed to be quiet. Somewhere nobody paid attention to. And yet, suspicious materials? Equipment that doesn't belong there? Someone trusted that place to stay hidden. Someone with confidence that no one would come looking. And yet, when we reported it, all of it disappeared. I feel like this all ties back to the barn fire and the sawmill. Harrington Edge and Sharp Sawmill Co. Owner, Robert H. Why isn't Noah's name on here? Maybe Noah didn't lose control of the sawmill. Maybe he never owned it. Ugh. Fires destroyed evidence. Insurance paid out. Investigations closed early. Whenever I got close, I was delayed or warned. When things risked exposure, they vanished. Every disaster removed a problem. Every investigation went nowhere. Every outcome benefited the same person. I feel like Katie tried to tell me something. The sheriff is no. She didn't mean no. She meant something else. If Noah was the grand criminal behind it all, the sheriff should have stopped him. And if the sheriff was corrupt, Noah would have been arrested and blamed. But neither ever happened. Because there were never two people. Oh my god. I can't believe it. This whole time. Oh, I need some air. It's the only explanation. Noah and the sheriff, they're one and the same. But how am I going to prove this? How am I going to convince other people that that's what's going on? Katie's obviously got meddled in with this somehow. Maybe she knew, and that's why she's gone missing. I hope she's not in any danger. I think I better go speak to Walter and explain what I think's going on. Today is just one of those days where your whole world gets flipped upside down. Sheriff? Noah? How did we fall for that? I'm hoping by speaking to Walter that I might be able to explain things, and hopefully he doesn't think I'm going absolutely crazy. Oh, it's been a very slow drive over to Walter's. I can't stop myself from shaking. Don't really understand. How on earth the sheriff and Noah? Who is even who? And how did they get away with it for so long? I'm hoping that Walter is going to be understanding and not think that we're absolutely batshit. Hey Walter, how are you? Well, I'll be honest with you, I've had better days. Look, I think I've uncovered something, and it might sound absolutely crazy, but I'm just going to spit it out. After Katie's been AWOL, I decided to go and speak to the sheriff, and I think I uncovered some interesting documents in his office. Yeah, let's just say some of them were quite enlightening, and then I headed over to Noah's old sawmill. And you won't believe what I found. Insurance claim documents, and a deed that says that the sawmill isn't even Noah's. That's right, and all the insurance claims had been signed off by Sheriff Bob. And here's the kicker. I found a wanted poster for Noah at the sawmill. But Noah went missing right after the tornado, which was right before he became a wanted man in the sheriff's eyes. All these things have just been circulating in my head, and the only thing that I could think of, given what we found at your fishing spot, is that the sheriff is Noah. Noah is the sheriff. They're the same person. Think about it, Walter. I know it sounds balmy, but it all makes sense. The insurance claims, Noah going missing and then being a scapegoat for the explosion at my house, Katie being hot and cold with me, and I think it's because she's mixed up in it somehow. I'm sure she didn't do any wrongdoing, but if she did, I reckon it was under the sheriff's direction, or Noah, or whatever we call him. I'm at a complete loss at what we do with this information. I can't go to any of the sheriff's deputies. They'll laugh me out of his office. You believe me? Oh, thank you, Walter. I thought I was going absolutely crazy and I was the only one in the world who knew this, but I think Katie might know this as well, and that's why she's got into some sort of trouble. Whatever can we do? We've got to tell somebody. The state police. Well, that's a good idea, but how do we get in touch with them? You've got some old contacts from your army days. Well, yeah, Walter, I think you better give them a call and explain what I've explained to you, and hopefully they can get on down here and do some investigating. Thanks for listening, Walter. I'm just at a bit of a loss, really, and I think I just need to keep myself busy, otherwise I'm just going to turn mad. Is there anything that you need done whilst you get in touch with the state police? I'd quite like to keep my hands busy this afternoon to settle my nerves a bit. It's times like these when my brain is absolutely rattled that I need to keep myself busy, and Walter has got some cultivating that he needed to do, but he's going to be busy trying to get in touch with the state police and some of his old contacts. So I'm thinking that we could probably help him out and sort out this Field 36 cultivating that needs doing. Seems like Walter needs some spraying taken care of as well in Field 57 and also in Field 62. Both of them are herbiciding, so I think we can help Walter out with that today. That's okay, Walter. I'm happy to do the work for you as we've come in and completely disrupted your day. Can you keep me in the loop with what you hear back from the state police? Alright then. Thanks, Walter. You take care. I'll be back soon. Well, if there's someone I can trust around Riverbend, it is absolutely Walter. He is always very understanding and always a good soundboard and ear to speak to. He's thinking along the same lines. I think he's always known that something has been quite peculiar about the sheriff, and I'm not sure he's had too many dealings with Noah to notice much of a similarity between the two of them, and I guess that might have been part of the sheriff's game. Sheriff or Noah, I don't even know what we refer to him as. Is he the sheriff or is he Noah? It's really hard to say, and of course a lot of this really is unproven. It's just hunches and going by some of the evidence that we have been able to get our hands on, but I'm pretty convinced, and it makes sense for a lot of the goings on, but what we can do about it is really a very big question. Walter is going to be contacting the state police, and we'll have to wait back on what they say. So what we're going to do, as we always do best, is keep ourselves busy and crack on with helping Walter whilst he's busy trying to get in touch and explain things to the state police. There's some cultivating work to do in one of the fields, and then some herbicide spraying to do in two of the smaller fields, so I don't think that work will take us particularly long. And I've not forgotten that we've harvested our own wheat out of our small field. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that field yet, as I might look to merge that into one big field, so we need to wait for our sorghum to be ready and harvested before we can do anything like that. We can park the pickup partially in the shed, and we'll start with the cultivating contract. So we'll need a farmel, which I retrieved from David's field where we did the harvesting and the baling. Now, with all the goings on, I've completely neglected the sawmill and also neglected taking materials over to Craig for making some more playground toys. I'm sure he will understand, and we will have to get back on track with that at some point soon. But let's grab the farmel and the cultivator. There we go. Fire up, and we can drop off the rear weight. There we go. I say rear weight, it's just a bucket full of stones. Let's swing around and grab the cultivator. There we go. Hitch up. Raise up. But we can set off on our way to field 36, which is very close by. Walter does own fields all over Riverbend. And lift up and fold up the cultivator. That field is nicely chopped up, ready, I think, for Walter to put his next crop in. And I gotta say, absolutely appreciate the tractor yards or tractor miles there. Really does let me clear my head and have some good thinking space. And of course, I've had a lot on my mind around the sheriff, Noah, Katie, and just made me think that I don't think we have ever seen the sheriff and Noah in the same place at the same time, which only just confirms my thoughts and makes me feel like I'm not going completely mad. But with the cultivating done, we can set our mind to the herbiciding. So we'll jolly on back to the farm, trade the farmel or the John Deere sprayer, get it loaded up with some herbicide, and then Walter has got two smallish fields for us to see to, which will be quite nice. There we go, we can reverse in and lower down and detach. I think we'll probably be good to park the farm here as well, so that is good. Now, I've not forgotten that we've got a couple of older pieces of equipment like this mower and the Alice Chalmers all crop that we could look to sell, and hoping to try and raise some funds for Farmer Stan to help save his farm. Yeah, I'm a little bit reluctant to let go of Alice, but it might be a good tractor to try and sell as a bit of a all-in combo deal with the mower and the Alice all crop. Alright, popped in the John Deere sprayer. It is empty after we'd used it for some irrigation spraying previously. And we'll journey over to grab the herbicide. And then we can set off for the two fields, 57 and 62. Right, that's filled to the brim with herbicide. We still have a good amount in storage, which is good. Let's head over to the fields and we can get underway. Oh, I've not heard back from Walter yet. I assume he's had no luck contacting the state police as yet. Right, I found myself at what I think is field 57 to the right here. You can tell because it is absolutely jammed packed full of weeds. And then I think field 62 is the one in the distance there that's a green beyond this. I think it's sorghum that's in this field, I'm not sure. But yeah, we will turn around and set up for the first passes and then we'll move straight on to the next field. There we go. Two fields done. Just squeezing my way out between the bushes and the field there. Some awkwardly shaped fields, which has been interesting. But one thing that was on my mind is that I thought this part of the Riverbend area belonged to Farmer Stan's farm, as this field is quite close to where his house is, where he's staying. And I thought it belonged to that whole plot of land which he owned. Obviously, he's renting out the larger farmhouse on the estate. But I think maybe he sold some fields to Walter to try and keep the farm afloat. So, yeah, I guess that's another reason as to why Farmer Stan is struggling. He's having to lose some acreage to actually keep the farm alive, and losing the acreage means that he can't earn money on that land anymore. So yeah, quite a tricky situation. But yeah, we are going to do what we can to help out Farmer Stan once we've got all of this stuff sorted out with the sheriff, and hopefully Katie comes back and yeah, things can return to normal a little bit. But I will head back to the farm and we can jump in the pickup and report back to Walter that we'd finished all the work that we were doing to help him out today. I really am hoping that he has heard back some good news from the state police. Made it back, and we used barely any herbicide. That is the good efficiency of this sprayer since we had it serviced up. But we are running a little bit low on fuel, and that has reminded me that when we were fixing up the combine, I did hear the low fuel warning, so we do need to see about getting some sort of fuel supply to our farm. Get a fuel tank or some sort of portable fuel tank, that might be useful. Right, let's head back to Walter's. I'm hoping he has heard something or got some news for us. Ah, we're back, Walter. All that work has been taken care of. Ah, thank you, Walter. You didn't need to pay us for that work, but that is much appreciated. Certainly helped us get through this afternoon, keeping ourselves busy, that's for sure, and not got much work on our farm at the moment. Say, have you heard back from the state police yet? You spoke to your old army buddy at the state police, and they laughed it off. Oh, well, that's just typical, isn't it? I'm guessing you made sure to tell them about all the things we found out about the sheriff and Noah, and the insurance, and the odd materials at your fishing spot. And of course, Katie having been missing for the past couple of weeks. Well, I guess it is a lot of information for them to take in, and without any hard evidence sent to them, they've got nothing to go on. Oh, sorry, Walter, my phone's just gone off. Oh my god, it's Katie! She sent me a pin location. Oh, it looks like it's at the old abandoned grain elevator. Oh, she sent another message. Help! Walter, she needs me. I better go. That's right, you stay here, Walter, and stay safe, and try and get in touch with the state police again. You've got something we might need in your shed. Well, we'll go grab it. Walter said there's something in his shed for us. Oh, goodness. It's a revolver. Well, Walter did say that he was in the army. Thanks, Walter. I hope that I don't need this, but it's always good to have, just in case. We'll go see what's going on with Katie and help her out. I've got a really bad feeling about this. We better get over to that abandoned grain elevator fast. The abandoned grain elevator is just on the right here, over the bridge. I'll have to check it out. I can't see anyone. Ugh, train. Perfect timing. Right, the train has gone. Let's pull in and we'll have to take a look around. Can't see anyone. Oh, Christ! What's that? Someone's shooting at us! Quick, get to cover! Holy moly! We're pinned down! Can't see anyone. Hold on. That's the sheriff! Christ, he's gonna kill us. And he's got Katie in there as well. Better call Walter. Come on, Walter, pick up! Walter, it's me. I'm at the abandoned grain elevator. The sheriff's shooting at us. He's got us pinned down. And he's got Katie in there. You better get the state police over here, quick.
All units. This is County Dispatch. We have a code 99. Shots fired. Armed suspect on scene. Location is Riverbend Springs. Abandoned grain elevator and access road. Suspect believed to be armed and extremely dangerous. Civilian pinned down on scene. Requesting immediate response from all available units. State police and air support en route.